Alright, what's going on, everybody? It is Summer here. Today, gonna be back showing you guys a class setup video for SnD. This is going to be SnD rifle setup. So if you are an assault rifle player and you like to play SnD a lot, this is going to be the video for you. If you're more towards the submachine guns, then there will be a video coming out soon with some machine gun search and destroy classes as well. And then I'll end up doing respawn classes in one and general as a whole. I'm not going to split it between separate AR video, separate sub video, because there's just more to cover in the search and destroy category. So the first thing we're going to do is my favorite class in the entire game. This is going to be M8A7 class for more of a defense push. You can still use it on offense, it's just more for slow pushes. So gonna go right ahead and grab the M8 here, put on the sick mantis camo that I made. I think it looks pretty cool. For optics, you can use reflex or elo. Recently I've been using elo more, so I'm gonna stick with that here. For our first attachment, we are going to be having long barrel. This is going to help us get those one bursts on a bit more at longer distances. And then we are going to have stock. So those are going to be the attachments for my M8. The reason I don't have quick draw is just because you really don't need it when you're just pre-aiming a lot in SnD. So, yeah, it's just, you're going to be pre-aiming a lot with this class, so it's not really a need. Next, we're going to have a lethal, which is going to be a frag grenade. Get those pre-nades up. And then we're going to have a tactical, which can either be a concussion, a smoke screen, or a flashbang. I recommend flashbangs. That's what I'm going to be running. They just seem the most powerful out of the three. If you want a secondary, then take off one of these and put it on. But again, you don't need a secondary for this class because you're playing at more longer ranges. No perk 1, but for perk 2 we are going to have fast hands, then perk 3 the pretty much standard blast suppressor, and then perk 3 greed with dead silence. So this right here is going to be your first class I'm showing you guys, M8 defense. Really love this class. I've been dropping double digits with this class almost every series that I've played. It's really nice, and I highly recommend you guys use this one out. So now we're going to switch things up and go for more of an aggressive M8 class. This is going to be if you're on offense and you're hitting a bomb site or something like that. So obviously M8 class, we're going with M8. Throw on our lovely camo again. Pop on again reflex or elo, but I'm just using elo. Then we're going to use quick draw and stock instead of long barrel and stock. Again, if you're pushing something, you're going to want to be able to pre-aim a bit faster, and that is why we have those. Next, we have the RK5 as our backup, just in case you're pushing like a small room or something like that. You're going to want a weapon that can compete at close range, and since the LCAR is banned, you're going to want to go with the RK5. Next up, perk 1. There are 3 perks that you can choose from, and 2 that I would recommend more. You can do Afterburner, you can do Flat Jacket, or you can do Overclock. This really depends on your kind of style of play. If you like to jump a lot, go with Afterburner. You know, if you just don't want to make sure you don't get naded, then throw on Flat Jacket. And if you want to get your Specialist sooner, say you have a push that you know that, oh, it involves Specialist, then throw that on. But I'm going to be running Flat Jacket on this class because if I am pushing something, I don't want to get pre-naded off of a rush, so that would be very bad. Next up, fast hands. Obviously, you're going to want to be switching fast between weapons, and then once again, blast suppressor and dead silence. So this is going to be our second M8 class, actually going to be the final M8 class. Now that we have our 2 M8 classes, let's go into an HVK 30 class. Now, this is extremely underrated gun. I have dropped double digits in SnD several times with this gun. People tell me that it just melts on host. I've just destroyed people off host. So that's why I am going to be making a class with it. For the HVK, I recommend elo instead of reflex, but again, it's up to you. I'm going to be running elo. Then we're going to have foregrip, long barrel, and we're going to have stock as well. So you're kind of loading it up with attachments. 3 attachments, 4 if you're including the optic. But you don't really need quick draw on this because it shoots so fast. It also has the fastest sprint out time out of the ARs, so you're gonna have a bit more of an advantage. And also, you're going to be doing a lot of pre-aiming with this, so you can just get a ton of shots down. Next, we're going to have Fast Hands, Blast Presser, and Dead Silence. So, this is going to be the class. Not much in terms of secondaries and equipment, but this class overall is very, very good. And I guarantee you'll have a few, probably more than just a few, at least a few good games with this class. If nothing's working for you, make sure to pull this out, and something usually changes. And so next, getting down to the last two, we're going to have our Man O' War actually class setup. So going to be throwing on the Man of War right now for optics. Again, reflex or elo. Going to be using the elo sight. Next, we're going to do quick draw and stock. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be saying, like, whoa, like, where's the foregrip? Like, this is an automatic assault rifle. We need foregrip. On this gun, I've used foregrip. I've used it with foregrip. I've used it without foregrip. You really do not need foregrip on this gun because, I don't know, just the way the recoil is, it's such slow fire rate that there's never been a situation where it's like, oh, if I, like, foregrip in that situation, I might have won it. But that's like a different story if you have a Vesper or something like that. Like for Vesper, foregrip's probably a good attachment. But so you're gonna have a Man of War. Next, you're going to have a backup pistol. Again, this is for more long-range engagements, and your pistol is gonna be if you're like pushing into like say B-bomb on infection. You're gonna want something more than just a Man of War because it has slower fire rate. Next up, perk 1, gonna go with Overclock. Perk 2, Fast Hands. Perk 3, Blast Presser. And Dead Silence. So this is going to be the class that you want to use when you are using the Man of War. The Overclock is just for something a little bit different that is kind of going to give you an advantage there, getting your specialists a bit faster so you can play more tactically. And yep, so now let's get into probably one of the most creative classes that you're going to come across as a sniper. So a lot of people like to run overkill on their snipers, and that is okay by me. But the only thing is, if you're running overkill, like, you pretty much have to use, like, overkill Vesper, right? Because overkill VMP is banned as of right now, and overkill with AR is kind of pointless in a way, because I don't know. I just feel like it is. So this is going to be a class where you pretty much have an SMG in your back pocket. I'll show you that in a second. But you're not even using overkill. So, you're going to have an SVG 100 with thermal for your thermal sight. I recommend Splice is the best for all these. Another good one is Stage Fright, Void, and Split. I'd say Splice, Void, and Stage Fright are the best. I just think that Splice, the dot, is the easiest to see. Next up, our RK5 with extended mags. This is literally a submachine gun. If you, like, you have, I think, 21 bullets in this. That's 7 bursts. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like, that's so many bullets that you have in this. It's easily a submachine gun. Alright, if you get up close, submachine gun. So yeah, you just gotta make sure if you get a snipe every round, doing your job, then you have this as a backup. Next, gonna use a smoke grenade. You could also do flashbang, but I recommend smoke just because you're a sniper. It's gonna make a little bit more sense for that. Next up here, you're gonna have flat jacket. This is going to be pretty important, so because people are like, oh, a lot of nade spots, I guess what I'm trying to say, are based on people or spots that people like to head glitch. So if you're a sniper, you're head glitching a lot of stuff, and you don't want nades to come in and just hit you from across the map. That's never fun. Next up, you're gonna have Fast Hands. Perk 2 Overgreed with Cold Blooded, and then you're going to end it off with Dead Silence. Now, before you panic and say, where's my blast suppressor? I don't have blast suppressor. Okay. Take it like this. Okay. If you are a sniper, you are not pushing up with your team. You're the only time you're double jumping is maybe to get a pick, and obviously they see you double jumping in their spawn. They're not going to see anything on your minimap. They're not going to be able to get any like good information from it. Like you don't need blast suppressor. I also made a video on why it's kind of useless in some situations. However, I want to tell you some variations. If you really can't deal without Blast Suppressor, then take off Flat Jacket and you're stunned, and then just there, you're happy. You might get pre-nated, you know, you might not have a smoke or whatever to cover for your team. If you want to play, this is more of a bit like more selfish sniping class, because you don't have like a tactical for your team, or a smoke for your team and stuff. Another variation that you can do this is Blast Suppressor, Flat Jacket, and Flashbang. Basically, the only time you want to be using Blast Suppressor only instead of Dead Silence only is when you're using Psychosis or the Reaper ability in general, because Drifter uploaded a video and it's proven that the Reaper's footsteps are quieter very closely compared to Dead Silence. So yeah, you kind of have Dead Silence built in if you are using the Reaper Specialist ability. So yeah, but I'd say the best variation of this is just gonna look something like this. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Run through the classes here quickly, just kind of showing them to you guys as I exit the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hopefully you guys learned something new. If you aren't AR players and you're submachine gun players, just you wait, because SnD class setups are coming up next. Make sure to check those out when they're out. I will see you guys in another video. Peace out.